At my husband's funeral, while everyone stood in silence around his coffin, my phone vibrated once. The message read, "I am still alive. Trust no one." My hands went cold. My name is Claire Whitmore, and that day I was supposed to be a widow. My husband, Jonathan, had been declared dead 3 days earlier. A car accident. Closed casket. Severe fire damage. That's what they told me. I was too numb to question it. 22 years of marriage don't prepare you for sudden endings. The church was full. Family. Friends. Business partners. Even people I barely knew were crying. Everyone looked at me with sympathy, the grieving wife. Then my phone buzzed. I stared at the screen, certain I was imagining it. The number was unknown. No name. Just that sentence. I am still alive. Trust no one. I nearly dropped the phone. I looked up at the coffin. At the flowers. At the priest speaking about my husband in the past tense. My heart was pounding so loudly I thought others might hear it. I slipped the phone into my pocket and forced myself to stand still. Jonathan and I had no secrets, or so I believed. He was a successful financial consultant, careful, methodical, and obsessed with details. The kind of man who triple-checked locks and hated surprises. So why would he fake his death? And why now? As the ceremony ended, people hugged me. Whispered condolences. My sister-in-law, Emily, held my hands tightly. "You're not alone," she said. But the message echoed in my head. Trust no one. That night, alone in our house, I locked every door and replayed the message again and again. If Jonathan was alive, then whose funeral had I just attended? The next morning, I received another message. They're watching. Don't go to the police. Don't tell Emily. My breath caught. Emily had always been close to us. She handled some of Jonathan's accounts. She helped organize the funeral. She had stayed calm when I couldn't. Suddenly, her kindness felt different. I searched Jonathan's office, something I had never done before. Inside a locked drawer, I found a second phone. Old. Untraceable. And a notebook filled with dates, names, and large sums of money. I recognized some of the names. Business partners. Investors. People who were at the funeral. That's when the truth began to surface. Jonathan had discovered something illegal: money laundering, shell companies, people with power. He had tried to expose it quietly. Instead, someone decided it would be safer if he disappeared permanently. Or so they thought. Another message arrived late that night. They tried to kill me. The body wasn't mine. I felt sick. Then the final instruction came. Follow the red storage unit near Harbor Road. Midnight. Every instinct screamed danger. But answers were waiting. At midnight, I drove alone, heart racing. The storage unit was dimly lit. Red door. Number 17. Inside, sitting on a folding chair, thinner and bruised, but alive, was Jonathan. I covered my mouth to stop myself from screaming. They think I'm dead, he whispered. But someone close helped them try to make it permanent. My mind went to one face. Emily. Before I could speak, headlights flooded the unit. We were no longer alone. Emily stepped out of the car. She wasn't alone. 2 men followed her, men I recognized from the funeral. Jonathan grabbed my hand. This is why I stayed hidden. Emily smiled, cold and calm. You should have stayed dead. She had been feeding information for months. Accounts. Schedules. Insurance details. The accident was meant to finish everything, and the money would disappear with him. But Jonathan survived. What Emily didn't know was that Jonathan had already sent everything. Documents, recordings, evidence, to a secure server. Time to release if you didn't check in. When the police arrived, sirens screaming through the night, Emily's confidence shattered. She looked at me, stunned. You knew? I shook my head slowly. I learned to trust the truth, not people. Emily was arrested. So were the others. Jonathan entered witness protection. His death became permanent, on paper. To the world, I remained a widow. But sometimes, late at night, I receive a message. I'm safe. I love you. Loss taught me grief. Truth taught me strength. If this story kept you hooked, like, share, and subscribe, because sometimes the dead aren't gone, and the living aren't who they seem.